What's happening, YouTube? It's Trev. I am absolutely despondent and discouraged and disgusted right now. I just got off of at least an hour and a half, probably more, Zoom call with Zaradar. And I hit record. I wanted to record it. This was going to be the update today. It was going to be a surprise that we were going to have Zaradar help us out with the update. I have no idea what happened to the file. It just simply didn't save. And I'm sure it's me. I'm sure there was something else that I was supposed to hit that I didn't hit or whatever. I've done this 100 times, but today the file is gone. And I got to tell you, this was one of probably the best chats that I've had on video with Zaradar ever. Or maybe it just feels that way to me, just pouring a little salt in the wound because it's gone. I apologize to you. I apologize to Tobias. I feel like I just wasted an hour and a half that you probably could have been doing something else. I hope that sometime in the future we can get back on and kind of recreate that chat, because we talked about a lot of things that I think were really, really important to the community. A lot of Zaradar's perspectives on things which are very unique and very valuable. But I'm not going to get back on and ask him to redo it again today. So hopefully he'll be gracious enough to jump back on at some point, and we can have kind of try to recreate the chat that we had a little bit. I don't know. In the meantime, I promised that I would get to you an update on the sprint meeting, and so I'll do my best to try to walk you through it. It's been a bad day altogether, to be honest with you. This morning when we were having this meeting, I was having internet problems. There was a lot of the conversation that was being had that totally dropped out, and I missed. There is a recording of it, and I'm waiting to get that recording to see if I missed anything key. But in the meantime, I will walk you through as much of it as I was able to grasp and do the best I can. And again, I apologize. Anyway, so this is the GitHub. Anybody can go here. Anybody can look at all this stuff. It's available to the public. And we're just starting sprint number 4. Today, and we're working our way toward the end of Q1 and toward Q2. And so anyway, this is what's going on over the next couple of weeks. This is stuff that's in the backlog column. It is actually stuff that is included in this 2 weeks, but it needs specification before they can actually figure out. They're going to talk about it a little bit before they can figure out exactly how they're going to proceed with it, right? The stuff that is in the ready column is stuff basically, just like it says, that is ready to go, ready to be worked on. And this is identify and resolve broken, outdated links. Some of this stuff is just some housekeeping kind of stuff. Update the Terra Classic development and validator documentation. This is primarily for new... I'm sorry, Zardar's getting back to me right now. I guess we'll just have to redo it tomorrow. Let me thank him. Awesome. And thank you. All right. So tomorrow we'll have that interview with Zaradar. In the meantime, again, let me run you through this stuff real quick. So this here is pretty much it's primarily for new validators, okay? Maybe some validators who aren't as technically up to speed, right? So it's really good to have this documentation. This is ready to go. They're going to get this out to them. Develop on ramp for Station Wallet. Now, this is Matthew Perry's buy button, right? And that was a proposal that was put on Station. Everybody voted for. Everybody passed overwhelmingly. It's something that the community wants to see. The reason this is in the ready column right now, but also included in this particular sprint, is that there is talk that TFL is already working to implement something like this, right? And if TFL does it and puts it on station, then it's out of scope stuff, right? It's nothing that the L1 task force, there's no point in doing it again if they're going to be doing it or doing it first or whatever. So it's a matter of some conversation with TFL to find out exactly what their priority is with this, when they might be looking to get it done. Is it something they're just talking about, or do they have a definitive plan and time frame on it? Because Zaradar says that this is something that really won't take that long to do. They could have this done if they started working on it and implemented by the end of Q1, right? So we're going to see how long or how far it is off that TFL is going. If TFL, I would imagine if they say, that's something that's on the back burner, it's something we want to do, but it's 6 months, a year down the road, I have a feeling we'll see this team just kind of jump in and get it done, right? And then TFL can kind of adjust to that. But I don't know. That's a conversation that needs to be had. So more information to come on that after the conversation is had. Okay. Excuse me a minute. In progress. One second. I'm sorry, just clearing my throat. I'm a little kind of under the weather today. In progress, we have the feature, the update the WASM, the 1.1.0. Clean GitHub branches, which from what I understand is an ongoing process that is arduous. Build, upgrade, testing for WASM. And we talked about how, when you're developing this stuff, there's probably 5% of the process is actually writing the code, and maybe 95% of the process is actually doing a lot of the testing. So, you'll very often see testing for this, testing for that, right? It's just a necessary thing that needs to be done in the process. All right. Provision, the AWS access and permissions. And just so I do not get it wrong, AWS stands for the Amazon Web Services. In case you didn't know, and I didn't know, I had to ask. All right. In review items, these are things that basically are kind of done, but they need to be gone over by and signed off by the team, right? And once that's done, then they go to the done column. So right now we have merging the upstream changes from TFL. So things that TFL has, and they merge them into what we're doing here. Just want to make sure that all the merges have been cleared by everybody on the team, and then we'll be all set with that. Fix the Oracle mempool priority by Yunsuk Yo, I guess is how you pronounce it. Zaradar told me a lot about this particular person and how really just a monster they are, just unbelievable at what they do. And so this is something that maybe I'll have him talk about again tomorrow because it bears repeating, and I couldn't really articulate for you what he told me, so I'll let him do that. Burn wallet for Binance, and we already know that. Let me go to it. Let me see. We already know that these proposals, 11.358, 11.359, 11.360, two of those three have to do with Binance and the burn wallet that they want, the exemption, the whitelisting from the tax, and implementing a separate burn wallet. There was some conversation on exactly how to implement that. There are easier ways, there are more difficult ways, there are more time-consuming ways, but I think ultimately there was a compromise reached between how the team wanted to do it and how Binance wanted to do it. And bottom line is everything is set and ready to go now. Everybody's in agreement. This will actually get done, and just in time basically for that big Binance burn that is scheduled for March 1st. And there was talk of, a couple other burns that are happening after that by them. So that's a good thing. All right. So where were we? Deploy Oracle. Yeah, that's down bottom. So that's the burn. All right, minimum initial deposit recreated using main as a base branch. Signature verification failed. Yeah, Zarda had a couple things to tell me about these two things too, the 114 and the 116. Out of scope stuff. There were questions about them. And again, that's something that maybe we'll reiterate tomorrow. And this one down here, this deploy the new Oracle with SHA-256 key to all validators. He tells me that we're currently, this is SHA-256, we're currently on SHA-1, right? Which is so out of date, it's like from 2014. So this needs to be updated to bring everything, kind of up to par. It's a security issue and all the rest of that. So just awaiting review by everybody, and we'll get that taken care of. A lot of stuff in the done column, and I said, well, if today is the first day of this new sprint, how is it we have all this stuff already in the done column? And we talked about how some of the team, Ed and maybe Vin, I don't know, Frag or whatever, kind of worked through the weekend, right? And got a good amount of this stuff done. Which brought up the conversation about how much time is actually being put in by everybody. You've got full-time guys that, you consider full-time 40 hours, 5 days a week, maybe Monday through Friday. You got full-time guys that are doing way more than that, working weekends, working 10-hour days, whatever, right? And the part-time guys who should be putting in like 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 20 hours, right? These guys are pretty darn close to working full-time. They're working on weekends. They have families. They have in real life stuff, right? The amount of time that they're putting in way surpasses what is really expected from them or what they were contracted to do. So my personal appreciation, and I think we all appreciate them. And there was nothing major in this column except for the update, the IBC Go, that it's been a big topic, and Zarda had some things to say about that. Maybe he'll reiterate that tomorrow. The SDK proto to version 0.7. There's some important things here that got done, and they are done and ready to go. All right, that pretty much brings us up to snuff on what happened in the meeting. And it was just a matter of deciding what things were actually going to go into this sprint, and that's where we are right now. So, they'll continue the week doing their work and doing their thing, moving these things around and getting everything to the done column eventually. And as more information comes up on these specific things, I will certainly let you know about that. But you can definitely look forward to not this Friday, but the Friday after that. Will be the review on what actually was done and, what issues they may have come up with that they resolved or what extra stuff was done. And we'll do that video as well. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. And we're going to look forward to this this chat tomorrow with Zaradar. I'm going to have to try to figure out the schedule because I've got some personal things to get done. But I'm going to do my best because I so feel bad for not being able to bring that to you today. There's no way we're going to be able to recreate what we did today. It was really, really good, but I'll do my best. All right, so I will talk to you guys later, and have a great day. Ciao.